Dante? Sound like Glenn Fried. Here, talk to my producer. Hold on, you're the best. Here. The disc jockey. I think it's Norman Knight, I think. Norman Knight.
Oh, I love listening to him. Norman did.
He is good.
Oh, how's it going? Can I help you? Yeah, we have him on a little busy for you. We played Marlena already. Oh no, we didn't.
Well, I wish I could hit those notes, Bob. You know, I wonder if you can still hit those notes. I bet you can. Oh, of course. Now.
Hello?
I usually do not listen
to
the old, even some of the newer stuff. But boy, he's got quite an amazing voice.
Certainly, and of all the songs you have written for the Four Seasons, which one is there one specific one that you like more than another, or one actually your favorite?
Like I say, I knew I preempted the question before, but the Sun Ain't Gonna Shine unquestionably for me is the favorite, my favorite song of the songs I've written, and I guess it's the Walker Brothers who get the credit for the hit, but Frankie did it first. He was the original recording, so it's still that's my go-to version.
And of course, what is your favorite instrumental version, Bob, of December 1963? Oh, what a night!
What? I don't know that I've ever heard an instrumental version.
Oh well, I think Carmine has one, don't you, Carmine?
Yeah, excuse me, Bob? Yeah, I got one by John Gregory. He's an English conductor. I got it from a guy from Okinawa during my travels, and it's a terrific version. I got 300 versions of your songs.
So anyway, we're going to play another song for you. I think Bob, Mr. Jim Petrecca here, who booked this whole show, and give him credit, and Gina and Jeff,
Bob.
and the YouTubes, and Bob Gaudio, and here's another one for you, Bob, at WPAT Teddy with Bob O'Brien.
Marcie,
Gotta keep them both in.
you're not the same girl I knew. Even your walk is different.
This guy on here, you wanted him on the air? Here.
No.
What he's got anyway?
7 on the bottom.
What is that?
Dawn.
Oh, Dawn. Frank, you want to talk to him for a few minutes, to Bob, or you want to talk to Bob Gaudio, or?
He doesn't know me from Adam.
Oh, that's good. It makes a good interview when you don't know anyone from Adam.
Some of the song, actually the Ragdoll album. I wanted to say something to him about the Ragdoll, and then
you're
Frank. I'll introduce Frank in.
Here, you take this microphone. There you go.
We were talking about how good this album is.
Okay. Bring you into this segment right there. I think that's a good question. Why did you always like being the songwriter as opposed to performing? Like,
Yeah, that's a
why
very
was
good
that more
question.
important to you than actually being out in the public eye? No?
That's a good question. I just want to mention the street naming I did for him and talk about a little bit about this.
Sure. You got it. Well, that's one question.
And then I'm going to introduce Ryan.
1, 2, and then over to Pam. Well, this show isn't bringing back some great memories, Bob. I don't know what would be. Would you? Yes, well, I know when you just listen on the AM transistor to Bruce Morrow, Dan Ingram, and all the great people of WABC. I was on the beach listening to your songs in the 60s, of course, and It always, every time I hear you and hear all the songs you've done, it's just a wonderful feeling to have you on, being on the air with you at this time. Yes, and I just want to take this time to introduce a couple of people. We have Pam Singer here, who's very instrumental with the radio show, and she has a Jersey blogs, of course, and Jersey Boys. Pam, say hello to Bob Gaudio.
Hey Bob, Pam here. How are ya? Good. I'm a really good friend of Charles Alexander, who I know you know. And I had to just smile a little bit when I heard you say that you were a songwriter, because that's quite the understatement. It's like saying, Babe Ruth is just a baseball player. So, yeah, and I don't think so.
Well, Bob. Well, and Bob, Jim Petrecca, our producer, wanted to make a comment or two about one of your great versions of some sort.
I just
Jim?
wanted to tell you about the Ragdoll album. How many songs on there were, like, to me, #1 hits and so underrated. Besides Ragdoll and the Save It For Me, the Marcies and the Danger and No One Cares. They were all just tremendous. Hugging My Pillow. One was better than the other. It's a tremendous. And Danielle and Lisa, your daughters were at my street name, and I hope you got the copy of the street name. You were seeing it on YouTube. I drive by it every day, and I see Four Seasons Lane.
Hey, Bob, you been back to Bergenfield recently, or? Where are you now, by the way, in Tennessee? Oh, it's a great town, huh? Oh, it's wonderful. I know Pam wanted to say a couple of remarks about Jersey Boys or about Bob Gaudio, the Four Seasons. Pam?
Yeah, Bob, I was just interesting listening to you say, The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine is really one of your favorite songs, and I'm wondering then why it wasn't incorporated into the show other than that one short instrumental. Yeah, it's really a shame because it's a gorgeous song. Yeah,
Like I say, I tried.
And Bob, we've had L. Russell Brown here, Larry, on the show many times. Great fan of yours. I know you're a great fan of his as well. He's done so many great things for us here in the studio. Now I'd like to take this time to introduce Mr. Frank Jekyll. Remember back in the 1960s, 1910 Fruit Gum Company, and there you are, Mr. Frank Jekyll. Meet Mr. Bob Gaudio.
Hello, Bob.
Hey, Frank, how are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm surviving very well.
How do you like Nashville?
I love Nashville. Great city.
Yeah, a friend of mine, Alan O'Day, moved there not too long ago.
Undercover Angel, or?
Yeah, I'm hoping when I retire, maybe I'll come down there too.
You guys ought to jam together, sing live on this radio program. We'd love it. Right, Bob? Get Frankie down here with you. Hey, listen, I just want to ask you a quick question. There won't be too many more, I promise you that. Listen, I'm going to play all your music. Now, you've always been one of the best songwriters I've ever known, but also the fact that you've always enjoyed doing all the songs rather than being out, performing. Is that true? I mean, right, and was there a certain reason why you didn't want to be out there more performing rather than doing all of the songwriting, or not? Well, the show doesn't go on here without all the wonderful people that are part of the show. We do one of those type of Ed Sullivan, Joe Franklin shows where we have all these live guests here, as you know, in the studio. And of course, I'm sure Pam Singer and Frank Jekyll would like to do a song. Pam, I know you had something else. And Frank, you wanted to say something with Bob,
Yes,
right?
I wanted to ask Bob, in this show, they make a big deal about the handshake deal between you and Frankie, and I wanted to ask you if that's real.
And whose hand gets squashed more, yours or Frankie's? Is it really? Okay. Good mix there. Pam, did you want to write a song with Bob? Or?
Sure. Yeah, I just wanted to, when Charles was actually here about a month ago and he was talking about that handshake, and it's still, it's just so seminal to, yours and Frankie's relationship, and it's
How many times did you
great.
see Jersey Boys? I know Charles saw it about 110 times.
Charles is well over 100. I'm almost at 40. And actually, I'm seeing the show on Tuesday, and I'm going to see the new Bob Gaudio. I have not yet seen Quinn Van Antwerp, so I'm very excited about seeing him in the show.
Geez, I feel like a slacker. I've only seen it 3 times.
Well, it's time to get back out there. I'll go there with you. This one will be my second time.
I've only seen it once.
Oh, well, then you
gotta
won't
catch
join
up.
in on the second. By the way, what do you? Anything you'd like to tell us about some of the songs you're writing now, or anything you're doing today, or during the summer, or this year? As soon as you bring it to Broadway, we'll play it, and we'll do an interview with you from Broadway, maybe in the studio. And someday, come in here to the studio with Teddy Smith, with Bob O'Brien, Jim Petrecca, and the whole family. Join us, Bob. We'd love to have you in here, and it would be a real treat if you're in New York or in New Jersey. Anything else you'd like to tell our great audience tonight across the world? Let's hang on in there. Keep it hanging in there. You got it right here. Teddy Smith and Bob O'Brien. Thank you, Bob Gaudio. All the best to you.
Take care, Bob, and congratulations.
Here, Bob.
Dawn, is that you? Oh, I don't want you to go away. Oh, get closer. Yes, 7:32, 52 degrees in New York City. Teddy playing DJ with Bob O'Brien.
Where's Bob?
He'll be calling in any moment.
We're gonna do Simon Says.
They were just asking for you. Just a second. Is Bob there?